He's a funny fellow, the way.
Member of the famous Kennedy clan tied the knot with Big Arnold.
And Maria Shriver's fiance was at the game, just waiting to be kissed and turned into a prince.
Aww.
This is Warner Wolf. Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the game, revealing his real body while preparing for his wedding dance next month with Maria Shriver. Until next Friday, this is Warner Wolf.
You have a lot of guts, let me tell you that. You better take your swishy coffee cup and go on home.
He doesn't pick on little guys, does he?
Yeah, he does.
And Maria Shriver was at the game, showing off her new wedding dress for next Saturday's wedding. Until next Friday, this is Warner Wolf.
Why do you always show so many boys beating up on each other in your tapes? The old boys are fighting all the time, Warner.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the game, preparing for tomorrow night's wedding dance with Maria Shriver. Until next Friday, this is Warner Wolf.
Even in absentia, you are a brave man.
I didn't want to. Well, you know, how far is Arnold? He's 1,000 miles away.
You better hope you never meet him.
Well, next Friday has come, and they're the sort of hard times our Warner has been giving Maria Shriver over her wedding to Big Arnold Schwarzenegger. They were married a fortnight ago, and today Maria is back at work. Let's see what Warner has to say to her.
All right, the Boo of the Week goes to the young man who tried to take the pace car in last Sunday's Winston 500. Let's go to the videotape last Sunday's race. Prior to the race, this young man first steals the pace car, then makes the mistake of trying to outrun the Alabama State Police. Forget it. The police car forces the culprit into a roadblock, and that's it for our man. The chase is over. He is taken away and prosecuted. I assume it will be his last ride for a long time. All right, let's go to the videotape, the plays of the week. First of all, the best play by a shortstop going into the hole. Shawon Dunston to the Cubs. With the play, throw to first in time for the out. The best dive of the week by a first baseman behind the bag. Keith Hernandez of the Mets rolls over and throws to first in time. The brawl of the week, Red Sox Al Nipper hits Seattle's Phil Bradley. Here comes Bradley. Nipper, like a hockey player, throws down his glove and boom, left hook. Then Spike Owen tackles Nipper and Bradley is ejected. The worst play of the week by a catcher. Yankees rookie catcher Phil Lombardi. Come on, Phil, make that grab. No. Worst play by a shortstop on a ball not hit to him. Again, Mr. Dunston of the Cubs. Watch out, Sean, watch out. That's all right, the first baseman's got it. The worst collision of the week. Angels center fielder Gary Pettis and left fielder Brian Downing. Boom, down they go for the second time in a week. The skunk of the week, who interrupts the Padres-Pirates game. The best slide of the week, Danny Ainge, Celtics Game 5. Give us a smile, Danny. The best confrontation between two giants, 7-foot Paul McKeskey of the Bucks, 6'6" Charles Barkley of 76ers. Boom! Barkley with a left hook, down goes McKeskey. The hockey fight of the week, Game 4, 6'2", 185-pound James Patrick of the Rangers, 6', 200-pound Chris Nyland of Montreal. The best putt of the week, Dan Pohl, 10th hole, Las Vegas Invitational, 25-foot putt in. The best tennis shot of the week, Forest Hills, Boris Becker coming back and between his legs. All right, Boris. The punch of the week, Richard Brownrigg in the red trunks, left hook, boom. Mouthpiece goes out and down goes Wendell Everett. The low blow of the week, Terry Crystal, green trunks, boom. Right hand, down goes Kevin Brazier. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the game, just back from his honeymoon with Maria Shriver. Until next Friday, this is Warner Wolf.
You and Arnold are starting to look a lot alike now. You look just like that, Warner, every morning before you get your makeup done. See you next Friday.
Well, he's still with us, the old Warner. Don't go away, another 5-hour sports spectacular coming your way this afternoon, and here's just a taste of the action. Televised race of the afternoon, the Lord Mayor's Cup. Your commentator is Johnny Tapp, and Johnny, this one does look pretty wide open.
Yes, Mike, plenty of chances. Late Show is the top weight. He won the Sydney Cup last year. His form's been a little bit patchy of late, but you can't leave him out of this because it is a drop in grade. Ron Quinton, riding today for the first time in 4 months after a nasty injury, is riding a mare called Orchestration. Ray Hadley, what are the fancied ones on the tote?
Good afternoon, Tappy. Let's go from the top. Late Show at 5-1, Calaboose at 15-2, Sprightly Native given another chance by punters at 9-4, Orchestration 9-2, Jogger at 8-1, Saloon Passage at 12-1, String of Pearls at 25-1, Zamboenga at 8-1, Landgong 40, Silay 60s, Anchor Lee at 100-1 and Jean Dore at 400-1. Tabby, I don't know what's going to win this. You fancy Orchestration, but I know I found the best named horse in the previous event. Bigamy, the horse that ran third, is by Double Century from Matrimonial.
Yeah, very well named indeed. Bigamy finished third in that race and was a good effort too. Won't be long winning a race, Bigamy. Now, they start this in the home stretch at the top of the straight, just under 400 metres to the judge, and then one complete circuit of the track. The inside runner, String of Pearls, in the all-green colours, and now the gates fly open and they're off and running, and String of Pearls is one of the first out. Jumping away smartly and racing towards the lead is Late Show, and quickly away Jogger in the early part, followed closely then by Calaboose on the extreme outside, and coming across now Landgong towards the lead, and even wider Jean Dore as they get to the judge on the first occasion. String of Pearls with the inside running, led narrowly over Calaboose and Jean Dore. 2 lengths away, Late Show on the inside of Landgong. Orchestration about midfield, and then Jogger and Saloon Passage further back, followed after a gap by Zamboenga. Making ground on the outside is Anchor Lee, second last Sprightly Native, and last is Silay. Gee, they're going hard up front over the 1800 metres crossing, and String of Pearls led over Calaboose. Late Show getting a beautiful run on the inside. Close handy then Jean Dore. Orchestration about 5th on the inside of Landgong. 2.5 lengths away Jogger as they go by the 1600 mark, and then Anchor Lee, Saloon Passage, Zamboenga, and the last couple of Silay and Sprightly Native, and Sprightly Native's the best part of 12 or 15 lengths off the lead as they sweep to the back. 1400 out, and the pace is a cracker, and it's String of Pearls in front by a length on Calaboose. 2 to Late Show on the inside of Jean Dore. A good gap of 4 lengths then to Orchestration on the inside of Landgong. 3 to Jogger, 3 to Anchor Lee, 3 to Silay, followed by Saloon Passage a mile back in the field with Zamboenga, and Sprightly Native last, the best part of 15 lengths from the lead towards the top turn. 1,000 out, and String of Pearls led in a very truly run race. A length on Calaboose. Late Show getting an absolute dream run in third place, and then Jean Dore losing a little ground now. 2.5 to Orchestration and Landgong together, and then Jogger followed by Anchor Lee. Saloon Passage will have to do plenty to win from there. Back with it Silay and Sprightly Native, and dropping out last is Zamboenga. They've got 700 to go as they near the turn. String of Pearls led Calaboose. Late Show in third place gets his chance today, and then Landgong followed by Orchestration, sneaking up on the inside. Further back Jean Dore, and then Jogger followed by Anchor Lee, Sprightly Native. Well back Zamboenga, Silay and Saloon Passage dropped out to be last, and now the field is packing tightly. On the corner, String of Pearls led over Calaboose, and here comes Late Show. Late Show on the outside, claiming them quickly. They're well clear of Orchestration and Jogger. 300 out the top weight. Late Show has raced up to head Calaboose and String of Pearls. Late Show shot to the lead at the 200 mark, and you can put away the glasses. The 1985 Sydney Cup winner, Late Show. He looked well graded in today's race, and he's coming away in the last bit, and he's going to score very easily. Late Show kept going by Nigel Tiley. Won by 4 lengths to Calaboose with Jogger third. In fourth place, String of Pearls, and then Anchor Lee. Orchestration did nothing. Further back, Landgong and Silay from Zamboenga. Sprightly Native, a light of former days. Second last is Jean Dore, and how do you follow Saloon Passage? A brilliant winner at Warwick Farm last Saturday. Today, he's run stone motherless last. He's a punter's enigma, Saloon Passage. Well, Late Show down in grade, plenty of weight on his back, admittedly. He hasn't been racing as well of late, but today, the sting out of the ground, he had everything tailor-made and careered away to give Nigel Tiley an armchair ride. Jim Cassidy, the stable's #1 jockey, is in Brisbane, where he's riding Handy Proverb, amongst others, on that big program today. And Tiley, recently contracted as the #2 jockey for the Mayfield Smith stable, was able to win and win well on Late Show. #1 Late Show, the winner. Now just waiting for second and third numbers. #2 Calaboose has run second, ridden by John Marshall. All was up near the lead and battled on well. And 5 is third. That was Jogger, ridden by Shane Dye. So the numbers are officially 1, 2 and 5 on the Orlando Lord Mayor's Cup. That's one of the oldest races on the Sydney Turf Club calendar. It was inaugurated in 1944 when it was won by the great mare Flight, ridden by Jack Thompson. Now, the next event to capture our attention is the Liquor Stop Civic Handicap. You'll be seeing that race live at about 2:30. I've selected Regal Shower in the race. The Rosehill track today is rain affected. Regal Shower is one of the best wet track horses in Australia. He should have won easily at Randwick on the 2nd of April, and there's no doubt he'll make his presence felt. But number 1, Castanilia, is the class horse of the field. He hasn't raced for a long time. If he's fit, they'll certainly know he's about. And the mail from Newcastle is that he is fit and fancied and will be the medium of solid backing, Mike. So I think Regal Shower or Castanilia should fight it out.
OK, Johnny, stay with us. In a moment, we're going to be back to have a look at the world champs doing one of those jobs that most of us Civic Handicap. And once again, Johnny Tapp, no shortage of chances.
No, Mike, the two top chances are Regal Shower and Castanilia. I believe Regal Shower is the best-backed horse in the race. There's been a lot of educated money to say he can win, mainly because of the fact he loves rain-affected going, and the track here today is on the dead side. Castanilia, resuming after a spell, looks just a little bit soft, as you'd expect, but still it's only 1,200 metres and nice and fresh. He might be fit enough. Ray, Castanilia is one of the most perfect thoroughbred specimens I've ever clapped eyes on. Geez, a lovely horse to look at.
Tappy, couldn't agree with you more. A magnificent type, Castanilia, and although you say he's a little soft, I think he's just about set to win in the support in the ring now. I spoke to you 5 minutes ago, and Regal Shower was the best back runner then, but now money has come for Castanilia, and I'll be throwing some of mine on as well because the support is fairly solid. Castanilia 9-4 in favourite on the tote, Regal Shower at 7-2, Elroy 11-1, Wholesale Boom at 12-1, Picata at 9-2, Stately Queen at 15-1, Sculptor at 14s, Like a Lunch at 14-1, a bit of money at odds for Duchess of Alba, now 9-1, Futuristic at 100, and Avon's Glory at 100-1. Well, Tappy, everyone from Cyril, the car park attendant, to Mavis in the cloakrooms tipped me Castanilia. I'm afraid I'm going to have to waver from your tip and go with Castanilia.
Well, you won't be far wrong, Ray, because he's a classy horse. He loves this track and in the past has shown his ability to sprint well when he's a little bit on the fresh side, as he is today. We'll soon know. Ron Quinton, one of our champion jockeys, riding for the first time today in 4 months after sustaining a very bad wrist injury in a fall at Canterbury back on the 4th of January. He's had 4 rides so far without firing a shot, and he's on Castanilia in this. Noel Barker, another top jockey, is riding Wholesale Boom in this event, and Ray spoke with Noel earlier on.
Well, Noel, I guess it'd be fair to say this horse would be better suited at something further than 1,200 metres.
That's right, Ray. He's more the 1,400 metre, 1,500 metre horse, but being on the second run from a spell, I don't think the 1,200 should worry him.
Well, the 1,200 is probably the negative side. Let's look at the positive side. He's well in with 51.5, and as you say, second up, and the 1,200 will suit. Plus, a bit of give in the ground won't affect his chances.
That's right. He doesn't mind the give out of the ground, and well in, as you say, 51.5 on the limit. He runs around in welders 56, 58, so he is well in today, yes.
Now the runners are spilling into the starting gates for this 5th event, the Liquor Stop Civic Handicap, 1,200 metres. It's one of the oldest sprint races on the STC calendar, and this starts where they start the famous Golden Slipper. The 1,200 metres starting position at Rose Hill is in an infield chute. They travel 400 or 500 metres before they join with the course proper. They're on a constant bend then until they turn for home, and barrier positions are vital. Elroy's the inside runner. Wholesale Boom wants to sit back a bit on the gate. Barker trying to dig him forward. The stall's open. They're away. Good start. Picata on the outside, bounded right out in front. Regal Shower began well, and so did Futuristic and Wholesale Boom. Like a Lunch is keeping up with the speedsters in the early stages, and not far away Elroy, followed by Futuristic and Sculptor. And gee, look at these. You could throw a blanket over them in the early stages. The leader, Picata. In second place on the outside now, Stately Queen, followed by Regal Shower. Castanilia moving to 4th. On the rails, Wholesale Boom, and further back Like a Lunch, followed by Duchess of Alba. Well back then as they race onto the course proper came Avon's Glory, followed by Sculptor and Elroy, and Futuristic last at the 600 mark. Picata joined by Stately Queen. Regal Shower tracks them into the straight, and Castanilia right on his wheel. At the head of the others then Like a Lunch, followed by Sculptor, Wholesale Boom, Avon's Glory, Futuristic and Duchess of Alba. Into the straight, Stately Queen is coming at Picata. Regal Shower pulled right out to the centre of the track, is closing on them fast, and they're a bit nippy for Castanilia. They sprinted away from him at that stage, followed by Sculptor. Shower. Regal Shower coming at Picata, who won't give up. Stately Queen's gone. Regal Shower right out in the centre, trying to reach Picata. Picata's in front. He beats off Regal Shower. Picata got his second wind and he races away to win easily. Picata beat Regal Shower. Elroy flew to get third in front of Stately Queen. Castanilia found them a little too nippy over the sprint journey, and then Sculptor, Wholesale Boom, Futuristic, Like a Lunch, followed by Duchess of Alba, and Avon's Glory in the all-pink colours of the club is back with the tail enders. They were just too nippy for Castanilia, and they kicked away from him at the top of the straight, where you couldn't put enough money on Regal Shower as far as I was concerned. Marnie wisely let him drift out, looking for that better going, although the other one stayed hard up against the inside rail, Picata, so I suppose it explodes that theory to some degree. But he's a remarkably versatile horse, Picata, because his last 3 runs consecutively have been over 1,400 metres twice and 1,400 metres 3 times on the trot. Back to 1,200 today in the space of 7 days. That's certainly a tribute to the horse's versatility. Picata, ridden by Mick Dittman, came right away in the last bit to beat Regal Shower and Elroy third. So the numbers are 5, 2, 3. Picata, Regal Shower and Elroy. Don't sack Castanilia on today's run. Watch for him over longer journeys. Now, our next television race will be the 7th on the card at 10 minutes to 4. That's the Liquorland Handicap, in which Must Away is my pick, and he's a very, very strong tip here on the track, particularly now that apprentice Craig Carmody has been engaged to ride the horse, which reduces his weight even further. Carmody's in good form. Must Away's in good form, because his second last week to Max Treasure at Warwick Farm indicated that he's very close to a win. Bow Kingdom, number 2, hard to beat, and Phoenix Rising, number 1, also hard to beat if you're taking trifectas. But Mike, Must Away for mine in race 7.
All right, Johnny, you got second there with Regal Shower. We'll see if you can go one better in the 7th. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment for more of the greatest rhythmic gymnastics in the world.
One of the biggest boilovers we've seen for a long, long time, and Persian World has won the Guineas by 2 lengths. Persian World first, Leonora second, Grand Cindy maybe third, then Travel Light Reputed.
Looking for the favourite, nowhere to be seen.
Challenge for apprentice Craig Carmody. I must confess I thought he'd be around about 4 or 5 to 1. On the tote at the moment, I think he's about 2 to 1, and he is certainly the best backed horse in the race. Ray, the dogs are barking Must Away.
The case, John. They've claimed that 3 kilos, as you say, with young Craig Carmody, but he's still undervalued as far as I'm concerned on the tote. He's around 9 to 4 at the moment, but in the ring around 3 to 1. Let's go from the top. Phoenix Rising at 3 to 1, Bow Kingdom at 7 to 2, Kiwi Compass at 100s, Hazard's Command 40s, Lucky Century also 40 to 1, McCluskey at 7 to 1, Must Away up to 9 to 4, but still better than that in the ring at 3s. So Different at 20s, Chief Justice 25, Reuters News 20s, St Tristram 100, Just for Tristram 33s, Bail Up, a last start winner at 30s, Sunny Rebel at 200 to 1, and the despised outsider of the field, Shoot Us John, at 660 to 1.
It's interesting to note that Craig Carmody could have ridden Bail Up in the race. He rode the horse to a narrow win at Canterbury last Wednesday week. Today he preferred the ride on Must Away, and I guess there's some sort of a tip in that. We haven't seen the sun all day at Rosehill. It's been very cloudy and overcast. Little Craig Carmody is one of the state's most improved apprentice riders, and let's see what he had to say to Ray earlier about Must Away.
You know, I don't think there's another Max Treasure in this race, and I think he'll run well. He's been working well, and he'll get to the line.
You're apprenticed at Canterbury to Rod Craig, but I know you go down to Randwick and ride a fair bit of work, particularly for Terry Ryan. Have you been on Must Away recently?
I haven't rode him a gallop, but they say he's been working very well. So if we go on that in his last run, he's got a big chance.
And that 3 kilos brings him in with 50, which is 2 under the limit.
Certainly, yeah, that'll make all the more difference, I hope.
Phoenix Rising is burdened with a crushing weight of 61 kilos, but just having a look at her go down to the barrier a short time back, she's as big as a house. Very, very big, strong mare. And that's probably the main reason Tommy Smith decided to stick with Mick Dittman rather than an apprentice they're racing. Bow Kingdom didn't begin well. He missed it about a half length. A little bail up bounded out in front of St. Tristram. Phoenix Rising jumped away well and mussed away straight into the box seat, followed by McCluskey, Reuters News, and getting between horses Chief Justice. At the head of the others on settling down, Bow Kingdom improving after that slow start, and then Lucky Century. Shootist is further back with Sunny Rebel, Kiwi Compass, Azar's Command, Just for Tristram, and So Different back at the tail of the field, being eased off the heels of a horse in front. In the run to the first turn at the 1,000 mark, and the Newcastle Galloper St. Tristram booted away, led by 2 lengths or a bit more to Must Away. A neck away bail up on the outside, a length and a half Chief Justice, a half then to McCluskey, and 2 to Lucky Century, 2 to Phoenix Rising, 2 to Bow Kingdom, a length away Reuters News, well back Sunny Rebel, right off the track Kiwi Compass, and then Just for Tristram, Azar's Command, So Different on the inside, and dropping out last is Shootist. At the 600 mark, and St. Tristram is joined by Must Away. Bail up in third place, and Chief Justice is right behind those as they turn for home. Then McCluskey, followed by Lucky Century, Phoenix Rising about 6 lengths off the lead and hard ridden, and Bow Kingdom midfield as they turn for home. Into the straight now, and Must Away on the outside had headed St. Tristram. Must Away, in fact, booted clear at the 200 mark. Chief Justice, Bail Up, and McCluskey are running on well. Must Away clear below the 200 mark. McCluskey and Bail Up are trying hard to pick him up. Must Away holding them at the moment. Must Away in front, getting close to home. Phoenix Rising and McCluskey won't get to him. Must Away shortening stride. Phoenix Rising flew on the outside, I don't know. Oh, golly, it's close. Phoenix Rising maybe by 1 breath on the line to Must Away, which looked a world certainty 50 yards out. There's a heap of them for third. McCluskey, Bail Up, Bow Kingdom, Chief Justice behind those from Reuters News, and then So Different, Just for Tristram, followed by Sunny Rebel, Azar's Command, Shootist and St. Tristram, and the last couple, Kiwi Compass and Lucky Century. Holy dooly, this is as close as a boarding house scrape of butter. Must Away had it shot to smithereens everywhere but the last stride of the race. In fact, even, I'm not kidding, 10 metres from home I thought this will still win, but this bonny mare, Phoenix Rising, burdened, if you please, with 61 kilos, has absolutely sprouted wings, lunged at Must Away, and because I've got such a healthy respect for horses on the outside at Rosehill in photo finishes, in fact, I learned my lesson here a fortnight back, you'll remember, with Miss Peru and Justifiably Proud. I thought the inside horse had won. I was wrong, and I thought, well, never again will I go for an inside horse in close finishes on this angle. Let's have a look at it from here. Must Away still in front. Phoenix Rising has grabbed him and beaten him for mine. Phoenix Rising, I think you'll find, has got up to score by a wart over Must Away, and what a colossal effort under 61 kilos, and doesn't it prove again what a great judge Tommy Smith is, because when the weights came out for the race, or at final acceptances, I think most people thought, well, he's got to claim an apprentice's allowance, surely. Smith said, no, she's not a boy's horse, I'll stick with Dittman, and has he done so with happy results? We'll soon know. Where have they put the numbers? Yes, number 1, the winner, Phoenix Rising, ridden by Mick Dittman, coming from midfield on the turn with a Burnborough-like run. Must Away, Craig Carmody had it shot to bits until the very last bound of the race, and third money goes to number 6, McCluskey, which battled on strongly. The official 4th was Bow Kingdom, and the official 5th, number 13, Bail Up. The winner, $1.95 and 85 on the New South Wales TAB. The last of the day at 25 after 4, and here, Justifiably Proud is my pick. He should have won the other day beyond doubt. I'm obliged to stick with him over number 1, Castle's Best. Well, Mike, that was a rib tickler finish, and Must Away, I guess there wouldn't be much more than an inch in it.
Johnny, I was just thinking to myself, what you win on the hurdy-gurdy, you lose on the roundabout. That little boy, Carmody, I mean, he did get the claim, but at the finish there, he just didn't have that much going for him. I thought he didn't do much with it at the finish. And, of course, Dittman, well, when he pulls out that whip, look out.
You're so right, Mike. That's exactly why they call him the enforcer.
So I'm glad he doesn't give me one on the backside. All right, stay with us. We'll be back in a moment to get you in the mood for tomorrow night's big one here on 9, the famous Monica.
Killed. But something a little closer. Let's go out to Rosehill for the handicap with a capital A, handicap, and our racing expert, Johnny Tapp. Johnny, you've picked number 2 so far. What's the chance of getting a winner this time, mate?
Well, I've picked the same number, Max, Justifiably Proud. He should have won here 2 weeks ago. I think he can make amends today. Pretty good race this, Justifiably Proud, Castle's Best, all in the betting, as is Ace It Up. Let's check with Ray Hadley, because it won't be long before they're off.
Okay, Johnny, a quick look at the tote call now. Castle's Best at 9-2, Justifiably Proud at 3-1, Scotch Hayes at 14s, Ace it up 4s. Let's just check quickly down the board. Baronga Man 11s, Absability 12s, Prince Mundo at 9-1. The others all 33s and better. Back to you, Tabby.
Righto, Ray, well done. Light flashing on top of the gates, and the big field steadies down in the starting gates for the last of the day. Starter's over there on his rostrum, and he hits the button. They're off and running. Continental Queen very slow to move at the start, and so were Scotch Hayes and Countess Rhyme. Sinjen and Calgary bounced out in front. Quickly away, Baronga Man. Castle's Best quickly away from a wide gate, but he's trapped deep early. And Star Rebound is now darting between horses to join those leaders, followed by Prince Mundo. And then Ace It Up and making ground on the outside as they come through to the first turn is Strive for Gold. Well back, Absability. And then Reigning Ruler on the outside, and further back, True Bisque and Viva Apollo. Justifiably Proud a long way out of his ground at that stage. Back with him Scotch Hayes, and then Countess Rhyme, Imperial Fox, and Continental Queen is back at the tail of the field as they near the turn. They've got 4:50 to go, and Sinjen with the inside running shared the lead with Star Rebound, whose rider goes about 6 wide looking for firmer ground. Calgary behind those with Baronga Man, followed by Prince Mundo, and Castle's Best on the extreme outside, and Strive for Gold is coming home well. Sinjen's in front of the 200 mark, clear of Calgary, Prince Mundo, Castle's Best, Strive for Gold, Justifiably Proud out wide, coming home well, but a mile too late. Sinjen is clear with 100 left to go. Strive for Gold and Prince Mundo are boxing on with Calgary, but Sinjen in front. He'll see it out and win, and Sinjen beat the fast finishing Strive for Gold with Prince Mundo in the centre third. Ace It Up behind those, followed by Absability, Calgary, Viva Apollo, Justifiably Proud, then Baronga Man and Scotch Hayes. Castle's Best weakened out of it. True Bisque was never in it, followed by Imperial Fox, Countess Rhyme. Star Rebound weakened after showing good speed, and back at the tail, Reigning Ruler. The winner, Sinjen, a lucky late ride for Mick Dittman. Noel Barker became indisposed midway through the day. Dittman snared the mount, and with very happy results. Sinjen shared the lead with Star Rebound until they turned for home, kicked away with a winning break, and then held off that late run to score on the line by about a neck or a half length over Strive for Gold. From that particular camera angle, you'd reckon Strive for Gold has just about got Sinjen. By crikey, this might be closer than I think. We'll look at another angle in a moment. Sinjen's well clear here. He leads by 3 lengths on Calgary in the blue-red sleeves, Prince Mundo with the orange cap, Castle's Best with the green cap, and his Strive for Gold on the outside, conspicuous with the white bandages, slowly but surely overhauling the leader. Now Sinjen, hard up against the inside rail, starts to feel the pinch as they get near home. Strive for Gold is closing on him fast. Where's the post? There it is. Sinjen, oh yeah, he's lasted. It's funny how a different camera angle can throw you off balance. I must confess, on one of those camera angles, I wanted to duck for cover. No numbers up as yet, but it looks like Sinjen, Strive for Gold and Prince Mundo, which means the TAB numbers on the last race would be 5, 12 and 10. 5, 12, 10. Any sign of them? Let's look at another semaphore. The judge, naturally enough, has call for the photo. He's taking his time with it. Yeah, there we go. 5, 12, 10. That's better. Number 5, Sinjen, trained by Bobby Thompson, ridden by Mick Dittman. Number 12, Strive for Gold, ridden by Shane Dye. And number 10 was third. That was Prince Mundo, ridden by M. Zarb. Live racing today on Wide World of Sports, brought to you as always with the compliments of Tui's. And we sincerely hope you're back to winner or two. Max, in crossing back to you, it's certainly not our want to be sending cheerio calls, but do you think I could send a quick cheerio to my little pal down there in Melbourne, Kitty Chiller? What a great job she's done.
Yeah, go for your life, Johnny. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. She's a little nervous to start with, but doing a great job. And Mick Dittman doing a great job as well. But don't you go away, because next we go out on the road with the gutsy competitors in London.